guys, how are you doing today? Today I am bringing you my second cozy mystery haul. Yay! I'm super excited to bring you all of the awesome cozy mysteries that I bought. Most of them I got off of Book Outlet, which I will leave linked down below if you want to go. This is not an affiliate link or anything like that. It's just an awesome place to go and get books for less expensive, and it's awesome. So without further ado, I will get started. So the very first book I have is If Books Could Kill, a bibliophile mystery by Katie Carlisle. And Katie Carlisle's main character is Brooklyn, and she is she fixes old books and bindings and different things like that. And so the first book she had was Homicide in hardcover, and she was just getting back into the city and starting her own sort of bookbinding career. And now we follow her from her bookbinding career, and it looks like she is going to Edinburgh in Scotland. It's a book fair for her career. So she bumps into her ex, and it seems that he has a very rare book that he shouldn't have. Well, he turns up dead, and she is blamed for his murder, and so she's trying to figure out the whodunit so that she can get back home. So I'm super excited for this book. It's going to be fantastic. The next book that I have is Patterned After Death by Elizabeth Lynn Casey. This is a Sewing Circles series, and I absolutely love this series. It is amazing. I actually have all of the books on e-reader except for this one, which I didn't realize, so I guess I might have to rebuy it in ebook because I like having all of them in the same format. But whatever, that doesn't matter. So, do you guys do that? Do you guys like have a certain author that you have an ebook versus physical book, or maybe like you have to have all one series in hardback or all one series in paperback? Does it bother you if you accidentally buy something that you're not supposed to buy? Leave a comment down below and let me know that I am not alone in this struggle of, bookdom. Please just let me know down below. So anyway, this is all about Tori Sinclair, and she is a librarian in Sweetbriar, South Carolina. And this is like, I don't even know, the 10th, 11th book in the series. I'm not even quite sure. There's a lot. And this one is about Jake, which is one of her Sewing Circle's sons. One of the older ladies, it's her son, and he gets into some trouble with a partner that he used to have. They actually used to be best friends, and the best friend actually is found murdered, and the police are trying to blame Jake. And one of the older ladies, Margaret, who is the mother of Jake, has asked Tori to find out who did it because the police are trying to blame Jake, and we all know that Jake didn't do it. So I'm super excited to figure out how Tori figures out the whodunit, who murdered the best friend. Bum, bum, bum. The next book I have is a sheet cake named Desire. Also, if you see these little post-it notes coming out of here, this tells me in my library that I haven't read it yet. Do you guys do something to like show that you haven't read a book? Because I like to have all of my series all together, but I know that I haven't read all of them, so I normally put post-it notes or like a little like easy sticker to see like, hey, Courtney, you haven't read this book yet. So that's what I have if you see these little things. So this is a sheet cake named Desire by Jacqueline Brady. I actually haven't read this book. This is the first in the Piece of Cake mystery series. I'm not quite sure what's going on with it. I know that the main character is Rita, and she is a pastry chef, hence the cake and the baking and stuff. And I've been on a real baking mystery kick, like with Ellie Alexander, and I mean, just food in general, I have been really on a kick on. So I saw this, I thought it looked cute, and I really liked the cover, so I was like, I'm gonna get it. So I did. Now the rest of these books that I have, I got on Book Outlet, and I'm super excited about. So I found out the Steven Seville and Robert Greenberger They are rewriting, like, sort of like, not really rewriting, but they're doing further adventures of Sherlock Holmes. And I bought one of them at Barnes and Noble, and I was reading it, and it was really good. And so then I saw Sherlock Holmes, Murder at Sorrow's Crown, and I had to get it. It wasn't that expensive, like $3, $4, when it's normally $10. So I wanted to get it because I want to expand my Sherlock Holmes books. I've got the Barnes and Noble sort of like classic editions, the really, really thick ones, volumes 1 and volume 2, and then I've got a beautiful leather bound one. If you want to see a picture of it, I have my Instagram linked down below, and I have a beautiful picture that I took of it on my Instagram. So I'm not quite sure what it's about, but apparently a murder happens at Sorrow's Crown, so I'm excited about that. I wanted to get into a little bit of more sort of like newer cozy mysteries, and so I found Yarned and Dangerous. I mean, there's a cat on there. Guys, all of the furry children, like all of like the furry sidekicks, how could I not? This is by Sadie Hartwell, and it's a tangled web mystery, and I'm pretty sure it's the first one in the series. If not, then I did a bad thing and I need to go and find the first one in the series, but I'm pretty sure it is. Like, I didn't buy one that wasn't a first one in the series because I didn't want to ruin anything for myself. So I got Yarned and Dangerous. I got the Gingerbread Bump Off. It's a fresh baked mystery, again, with the food-related books. This is by Livia J. Washburn, and this is not the first one. Dang it. I did not know that. The first one is Pumpkin Muffin Murder. So, this isn't the first one, but I got a really good deal on it, so I will go and pick up the first one. But what's really cool about Cozy Mysteries is that you don't necessarily always have to start with the first one in the series, because each book is a complete like murder or mystery in and of itself. Yes, the characters grow together a little bit more every book, but you don't necessarily always have to start with the first one. So I might not start with the first one. I might just see how I like the writer's way of writing and their techniques and things like that. And then if I like it, then I'll go back and buy the first one. The next one is Death Gets a Time Cut by Ayelet Waldman. It's a mommy track mystery. I'm not a mom or anything, but I loved the cover. I thought that the art was really interesting. Like, if you can see, it looks sort of, if you've ever seen James and the Giant Peach, like how those characters are sort of like drawn and like put together, it reminded me of that, and I really, really liked the cover. So this is the first in the Mommy Track series. It says, a few years back, public defender Juliet Applebaum decided to switch gears and go from the fast lane to the carpool lane. Now she's a smart and fearless stay-at-home mom and part-time sleuth. She loves her kids, but she also loves herself to know when it's time to take a break and get out of the house. So apparently a murder happens, and I'm excited to read it, and I was super excited that it was hardcover too. Another new author to me is Parnell Hall, Arsenic and Old Puzzles. This is a puzzle lady mystery, and it actually includes puzzles at the end of the book. So this is about, it says, when elderly boarder at a Baker Haven bed and breakfast drops dead during afternoon tea, there's nothing particularly suspicious about it, except for the Sudoku in his jacket pocket. When a second body turns up in the window seat and an autopsy shows both men were poisoned with elderberry wine, the puzzle lady suspects that she's dealing with a cold-blooded killer who, for some reason, is copying the Cary Grant movie Arsenic and Old Lace, in which two old ladies who run a boarding house poison elderly widowers and bury them in the basement. More murders and more puzzles seem to cement the theory. I love it. I love it when the cozy mystery character is an older lady with like sass. Like, I love whenever she's like persnickety and she just sort of is like, this is how this is gonna happen. And I feel like this author is going to, I really liked the idea of it being in like a bed and breakfast and that kind of way. The next three books I have are from one of my absolute favorite cozy mystery authors, Cleo Coyle. Now, I only have technically 1 through 3 of her series, and I don't have 4 through 12. But now I've got 13, 14, and 15, so I'm super excited about that. So I have Dead to the Last Drop. This is her most recent book. This is number 15, and it's about Claire Cossey. And Claire Cossey is the manager of the coffee house in New York / like Brooklyn, Manhattan area. And she keeps stumbling upon dead bodies of people that she knows and people that she doesn't know. I did do a review over Through the Grinder in one of my videos. I'll link it down below. But it was absolutely fantastic. No, not Through the Grinder. It was On What Grounds. Through the Grinder is her second one, and then her third one's Latte Troubles. I love that it is always a coffee pun, and it just warms my heart like nothing else. It's fantastic. So I've got Dead to the Last Drop. Then I have Once Upon a Grind. And then I have Billionaire Blend. So this is 13, 14, and 15 in her series. So at least I know that I'm caught up there. I just, need 4 through 12, which, it's not too bad, right? Like I can get those slowly but surely. So that was my Cozy Mystery Haul 2.0, my second Cozy Mystery Haul, and I'm super duper excited to find a place for these on my Cozy Mystery bookshelf, which is already full. So I think I'm gonna have to like rearrange it in some way because I have a whole entire bookshelf full of Cozy Mysteries. If you want to see a sort of like shelf tour of my Cozy Mysteries, like this video, and I will make sure that I film that for you guys because I have a lot of Cozy Mysteries, not just on my bookshelves, but on my my e-readers as well. So just let me know if you would like to see that. So that's the end of this chapter of Courtagonist. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you added some to your TBR. I would love it if you would like this video and subscribe if you want to continue seeing Cozy Mysteries and other types of bookish videos. That would be fantastic. And until next time, guys, happy reading. Bye.